So here we are, guys. We're at the World War II Memorial. This is where we've got fences up. Look at this. Due to the federal government shutdown, this National Park Service area is closed except for First Amendment activities. Well, how about I kick this gate down and I start talking about how much I'm upset at the tyrannical government that is now in Washington, D.C., mainly in the Oval Office. How about is that within my First Amendment activity rights? I didn't know I needed your authority to do that. But speaking of tyranny, look at these fences right here. All right, now come right over here. We're about 30 steps from this. This is absolutely outrageous. We're at the cornerstone of the World War II Memorial, and literally, 45-degree turn in 5 steps. I want you guys to read this. Americans came to liberate, not to conquer. Well, I don't know what's going on in the White House right now, but it seems like they're trying to conquer everybody. But anyway, I digress. To restore freedom. Speaking of freedom, I don't know about that. This fence doesn't look like freedom to me, does it? But anyway, restore freedom and to end tyranny. That's absolutely laughable. Because over here is all the breadcrumbs of tyranny. Right there. This site is closed. Do not enter. So, America, I don't know about you, but I've absolutely had enough. I know anybody that's awake right now has had enough. I know anybody that's paying attention right now has had enough. And I got news for Washington, D.C., and I got news for the Oval Office. America is not going to stop. America will not give up. America will not stop until we get our country back. This is absolutely outrageous. And the people that are behind this will eventually pay. That's not a threat. That's a promise. That's a promise that you will have your comeuppance. My grandfather fought. His friends died. He risked his life. This is a testament to that. And you tell me people can't come out? Who's here manning this? Tell me. What money does it take to prevent me from walking in here? It costs money to build this fence, right? Somebody had to pay for this fence, had to pay personnel, but all of a sudden, you have money. We've got money. We've got money to build this fence. What an absolute outrage. There's Lincoln looking in the background. He's looking at us, and he's shaking his head. If he had a cell phone, he'd say, SMDH, shaking my damn head. Well, guess what? Americans will be here Sunday, Washington. There's going to be a lot of Americans here, and these fences are coming down. I got news for you. If I got to rip them down myself, that's what's going to happen. So, this is just a preview. This is just a preview. You know, my grandfather, he fought in World War II. He was in the 4th Armored Division. He fought with Creighton Abrams. If there isn't anybody who knows who Creighton Abrams is, at the time he was Lieutenant Colonel Creighton Abrams. I believe he became a general later on, but if anybody knows who the Abrams tanks, that's the tanks that the Army uses. They were named after him. My grandfather served in the same tank as him. My grandfather fought in the Battle of the Bulge. My grandfather, his tank was found in Europe and recently restored. It is on display at Fort Knox, I believe. It's Cobra King. That's my grandfather's tank. That was the tank that was first in the Bastogne that pushed through the enemy lines, pushed through the hidden trail the trail that the enemies did not know or did not think that the Allies knew existed. And they went down there and they were blasting shit apart, and they got our soldiers out that were trapped behind the enemy lines. That's the heroism that is being blocked right now. I think it's absolutely disgusting that we've got something about ending tyranny right next to these fences. I mean, is that a juxtaposition or what? I think it's laughable. Barack Obama, you're the biggest shame that's ever walked through the White House. And you will never, ever be like the gentleman who earned this memorial. You will never leave a legacy like these men left. So your time here in Washington is limited, because you ain't staying. That's for sure. You have a good night, America.